So today on the docket we have a 3.5 mile progression run followed by an hour on the bike. As you can tell here, I'm in one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. This is Unity Park in Greenville. We're going to start down here and then work our way up towards Furman University, turn around and come on back for a while, and then we're going to grab some dinner real quick and then get on the bike before bed. But figure I'd like to show everybody the area we're in, and hopefully give you something here a little bit more. But warm-up's 10 minutes. We got about 11:30 pace, followed by one at 10:30, and then one at 10, going down to a 5-minute cool down. That's like 13-minute pace. So here we go. I forgot to mention that since I got the new coach, she's actually using a thing called Training Peaks. So what this actually does, I'm trying to do this at the same time as I'm pulling up my watch to show you. My watch asks if I want to do the workout now when I go into the run app or not. And all this does is she pushes the workout into the Training Peaks app, which syncs with the Garmin app, automatically dumps the workout in my phone before I even wake up. So as long as she's got it in, I go to quick run, we're off to the races. But it's kind of taking a lot of the guesswork out of it. She's helping me do a little bit more. So today, like I said a minute ago, we got 3.5 miles, and then we get the bike afterwards. And the idea behind this is to get more time on the bike while keeping everything else up. So here we go. All right, we in the cool down now. So that was not bad. I had it wrong a little bit. So at 11 minutes, at 11-minute pace. Then we had 10:30 pace for 10.5, and then 10 minutes for 10. That was actually really, really good. I think actually my last lap was like 9:40 and some change, but we'll see. As y'all can see, this is my view. I grew up running the northern end of this in Traverse Rest and didn't know that it actually came all the way down here until later in life, but this is really, really pretty. Part 2. So, just got home, got set up to start. I gotta do some of this lighting thing at work. We got 5-minute warm up, and then we're gonna go into whatever the heck she's got set up. But we're gonna find out today what this one's like. So the run was a success. Wasn't too bad. Just intrigued to see how this bike's gonna go after this. We'll see. I'm trying to find out a better angle for this. You know, one thing I've been thinking about a lot with these races. Two thoughts with this. We'll go one and one. So the first part is you only technically guaranteed the work. What I mean by that is there's no telling what's going to happen on race day. You can think you have everything right and then completely blow up. Or the other part is you can come in there way too fast and burn out. Or think you have a right game plan and it's not right, or it could be right. But what I really mean by that is you don't sign up for these races is thinking you'll be a world champion. What you really sign up for is the satisfaction when you start that day that you know that you did everything you could have to be at the top of your game, or you didn't. The second part of this is I was thinking earlier about growing up, and I played sports. Some. I played football in middle school, wrestled, and played football in high school until about junior year, and then I dropped. Looking back on it now, my thing was never, I honestly could care less about the sports. Minus wrestling, I enjoyed that, but what I really enjoyed was the workouts. And when I dropped that junior year of high school, I started lifting weights more, and I just became addicted to the actual gym. And what I finally realized yesterday was what I actually loved was the hobby of working out, whether it be going for a bench max or 1 mile for time, or how many pull-ups I can get, or whatever it may be. I just like the challenge of going in there and trying to be the best I could. And the more I look at it now, so I've realized that I like these builds so much. It has nothing to do with anything else, but I just enjoy working out. I have a lot of my memories after that, working out with a friend of mine, Falcon, and in college we had a group we worked out with about every day. We didn't really believe in cardio. We hated it. We were forced to hit a PT standard, and that was about all we wanted to do. All we cared about was how many times we could bench 225. As silly as that is now, there was nothing better than getting out of class at 2:30. Not even gonna sit down before you have somebody kicking your door and say, "All right, let's go." But yeah, guys, I'll tell you this: find something you like doing, because if you don't, you'll be miserable. I found out how much I like this type of stuff and have been addicted to it since. If you don't have that, it's a slippery scope of things that could happen to you, or traps you could fall into, or that you could be like I am right now, but worse, just out of shape and trying to get better. But this workout is 8 minutes from being done. It's not too bad. I'm just a little bit gassed after the run I had earlier, so we'll get there. What is up? We're back again. So today is Saturday. Yet again, I'm saying this on camera that I have neglected to video every workout, which I'm trying to work on. It's just a little bit hard to do sometimes. I'm going to do a little bit of recap for this video. I don't remember where I left off on the last one, so I can always edit it. I think I finished through Saturday. I don't remember if I told you I did Sunday or not. But we're going to start with Sunday and go forward. And I'm going to try to quit rambling in these videos where I'm talking all over the place. And we'll start with one thing, get through it, and move on to the next one. So I'm going to go over what I've done for the week so far. And then I've got a mention. I've got some great news, actually, believe it or not. But that's going to be later on in the video. Sunday we did 25 miles on the bike. And Darren and I went from somewhere in Greenville all the way up to Travelers Rest and rode around Travelers Rest for a little while and came back. And then he had to hop off. But we ended up riding at 25 miles. Monday, I did a pool workout. It didn't go so hot. I got aggravated halfway through it because my form is just not, I'm having to learn. And I was struggling, and I got in my head, and I just quit at about 800 meters. But we're going to get through that one and keep going. Yeah, swimming is going to be fun. Tuesday, I did legs, and then I did another bike workout. We biked 31 minutes. I believe I did record some of the stuff from Tuesday's workout. You'll see after this. I try to do legs at least once or twice a week, just to prevent injury and build strength and everything that's with that. But yeah, Wednesday we did 5 miles on the treadmill. I got a little bit froggy and have never really played with the percent slope on the treadmill and set it to 1. And what normally is my easy pace was not so easy. So that's a little bit more humbling than I thought it would be, because in years past I've always done it for like 30 seconds and didn't really notice anything, but I didn't realize the gradual gain it takes on you over the time. So we're going to start implementing that a little bit more with the treadmill and the indoor running, especially right now when it's cold. Yeah. Thursday, I did another Zwift workout. It was 11.3 miles, 48 minutes long. This one had a mix of volume by zone and by cadence. So it would start off like an 80 watt just warm up spin for like 5 minutes, and then it went into 135 watts at I think it was like 85 cadence, and you held it for a minute, and then at minute 2 it would change. It would either be the same thing, you would change your cadence or your power, and it was 5-minute blocks. But what was the idea behind it was to keep your body changing from gears to get used to different cadences and holding the same power in different ranges. And that's a little bit different, because I'm used to holding a bike and setting a pace and doing it, but when you had to change it to lower gear and spin faster to get the same power, that's a little bit more taxing on my body than I thought it would be. I was in zone 3, zone 4 majority of the back end of this thing. It was kind of fun. It was very definitely challenging, but I've come to realize anything in triathlon is not as easy as it looks on TV. So, but we're gonna get it. Friday I did 5 miles on the treadmill, and like I said earlier, I had something to tell y'all. So I met with a coach Friday, and backstory to this, I had posted something online last week about my swim form, and the coach I had in high school, and a very dear mentor of mine still, Coach Parker. Thank you, Coach Parker, for this one. Hooked me up with a coach, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey man, I watched your video. It looks like you actually want to do this correctly and everything else." He said, "If you're gonna do it correctly, I would recommend you getting a coach that shows you how to do it." And I met with her, and she's gonna work with me. So she actually gave me Friday's workout on the treadmill, and she's gonna get me more adverse in the pool. She has a huge swimming background. She's a little bit older lady. I eventually will try to get her on one of these podcasts if I can talk her into it. But she has done Kona multiple times, and for anybody that knows Ironman, that's the World Championship, and you have to qualify for it from another race. I hadn't even finished a half of Ironman, and she's qualified for the World Championships. So I think she's probably got a few things in her sleeves that I have no clue about. So we're going to lean into her and just follow what she does and see what happens, because this was new, and I'm going to do the best I can. And I really, really, really want to get across this finish line, not just to finish, but do it the right way and do it as well as I can, because I don't know if I've ever told you the story about my last marathon, but mile 13, I was sitting there, and I wasn't even hurting. I got to it, and I was just like, why am I even doing this? And what really had happened was the last 2 weeks I got lax with my training, and I originally tried to do a sub 4:30 marathon, and I followed a program on the front end by Ben Parks, and his program flat out blew me out of the water. I could not hang on to it to save my life, and that was kind of disheartening, and I never recovered from it. And being as dumb and naive and stubborn as I was, I never took a rest break after doing this plan and the build, and I think that burned out part of it for the back end, because I never once had a taper in the build itself, and the pressure of that over time, I just think, got me. Could be wrong. It could just be normal at marathon build, but we're going to try it. a little bit different this time. So I've got her workout today. She's got me doing an hour on the bike today, and then I'll see what she does tomorrow because I haven't seen the workouts yet. But she's gonna focus on trying to get me more hybrid of all all sports and not so much leaning into the running and the bike because I need more swimming. If y'all haven't noticed yet by the first pull video. But she's going to teach me how to swim. She's going to work with me on the form. She's going to show me how to actually do the workouts and do a build correctly. So I'm excited. I'm actually very excited about this one because I've never had someone actually do this. I've actually had to do all the research myself and try to figure out what I was doing, and that's probably part of my problem. But like I said on my last video, I want to try to do this right, and actually, like I said, in here too. So I'm trying to do this the correct way the first time so we can hopefully have a sub-mediocre, a little better than average finish, or what I have in 4 months to be able to do. But we're going to get to it. I have, like I said, an hour on the bike today, and then we're going to go squirrel hunting this afternoon. So I'll get a little bit more time on my legs, just kind of walking around, hanging out with some friends. So it's going to be fun. We'll get through it. I just noticed today that the fatigue actually hit me today, so I ended up sleeping in a little bit more than I was expecting from the last couple of weeks. But we'll get it. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I will be seeing y'all on the back end. So today is Sunday. I've already done the workout for today, but as we left off the last video, I was about to get on the bike and do a Zwift workout, which actually was pretty fun. It was more of a kind of a zone 3 hangout race. So it was up, down. 6 minutes hard working, 2 minutes easy type deal for an hour. And then today I had a long run. We did 6 miles. She's been building up, just mainly I'm getting used to her, she's getting used to me. So we had a 6-mile workout today, and then it was like a 10-minute buy-in with some 3 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So it was 3 minutes moderate, 1 minute faster, 1 minute recovery for 3 rounds, followed by 25 minutes steady state, roughly like 11:30 pace or something like that. Low and slow is what she called the workout. Well, actually, she said low and slow with a little bit of speed, but it ends up being just kind of moderate pace, just your easier long runs, just get something going. But so far, this is fun. I do like the idea of having a coach build the things for you, so it makes it a little bit easier. And with them building the workouts, it also makes it where you don't have to think about it quite as much. And yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. This can be a learning curve as we go. But I'm hoping following a coach and just not going over what you hear on YouTube or all these other videos that tell you to do 80-20 and all this other crap that at some point becomes a gimmick, like high calories, low calories, you know what I'm saying. Everybody has their own idea of training, and there's a million different ways of doing things. It's just a matter of finding one that works. So hopefully she'll figure it out for me, and I'd like to get this race done pretty well. And what I mean by well is fast for what I can do in 4 months. So we'll see what happens, and keep in touch, guys. So right now I got some chicken and with asparagus already made up, some Mediterranean vegetables, making some rice right now, and then obviously I got something in the background because I can't see the board. But I've also got some salmon, so I'm gonna be intrigued with this one, see how this works out. But so far this thing looks pretty good. Today I got something a little bit different. I've got my coach coming to the gym today to help me work on swim form and all the things with that. So I am quite literally getting a full-on swim lesson today, which sounds kind of crazy because most of the time what 5-year-olds do, have to learn how to swim, but I get to learn to do this the correct way that people do professionally, so I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna be intriguing because I have no idea what I'm about to walk into. Besides, I've got a very fit lady that has a background in swimming and just smoked me for a little while. So hopefully I pick up a lot and just helps because I'm gonna need it. Hopefully I can get her or convince her to video some of this today and explain to me what we're doing, how we're doing it, everything else. So I'm gonna let y'all find out here in a little while.